Would you like to introduce yourself to us, please?
So my name is Sara, and I'm a postdoctoral researcher here at Newcastle University. I work mainly on internationalization in higher education and intercultural education and communication, with a particular interest in the Chinese migrant communities in the UK.
As far as I know, you have been trying to go to China twice this year, and so tell me how about your trip there?
So this year I've been 3 times, and I've been for work, and I'm working on a project with 5 Chinese universities. So the first time I went to Ningbo, because we're working with Ningbo Nottingham University. So it was my first time in Ningbo, not my first time in the area. And I was there for a short time. It was really cold. I think that it was the first time that it was snowing in Ningbo for I don't know how many years. And although the city is quite modern, I really like the people and the encounters that I had there with people in the shops, with taxi drivers, and I was making an effort to speak Chinese, and people were really interested and trying to help me. So I really loved it.
Okay, you mentioned about the universities in China.
Yes.
And do you think is there any differences between China's university and the UK's university?
One thing that really struck me, as I'm more and more working with Chinese people, is the relationship between colleagues. So in here, I think there are more boundaries. So we have, a working time and a working space, and it is okay being in touch, sending emails. But in China, it's never stopping. And once that you are there, we were on this WeChat group chat, and people sending messages all the time, and teachers or lecturers emailing students, and vice versa. So I found the relationship more intense.
When you first came to China, do you think it's any differences between the real China and the one you imagined before?
So the first time that I went to China was 15 years ago. I just went for leisure. I went to Beijing, I did all the touristy things, and then I went to Yunnan. And I think that I was a bit, because at the time I had studied Chinese a little bit in Italy, and I was disappointed with myself because I wasn't able to communicate very much. And it was like being in a movie with a lot of sounds and voices, but being deaf or being mute, because I couldn't speak as much as I wanted. It was quite limited. So I think that because what I was looking for was the more historical side of China, I wasn't disappointed. It was really what I was expecting. And I think I tried to go there without expectations. But what I really love of China is that every time is a surprise.
What do you think the European countries and China can learn from each other?
I think that one thing that we should learn, about China is maybe having more curiosity and more respect, and also about being more critical about, all the information that we receive. And maybe one thing that the Chinese could learn from Europeans, given that Europe is very diverse, certainly from the British, maybe is improving a little bit on the sense of personal space. Because one thing that I noticed in China is that although certain facilities like trains or accommodations, they've improved a lot, but for some reason people always push you, and you get this sense of being extremely Yeah, and I was on the train. I decided to take this train journey from Harbin to Beijing. So it's 7 hours, it's not too long. There weren't that many people, but everyone was playing on these video games that have been like in the middle age with their phones, and nobody had like some earphones or anything. So for 7 hours I had this so, and everybody was playing maybe something similar, but at a different point. So maybe yes, this is a little thing.